When Sony inevitably stuffed up the third installment of the Raimi franchise, instead of persevering, learning from their mistakes, and providing fans with a fourth, awesome installment, they scrapped the entire franchise and moved on. And rumour has it, Raimi fans are still crying to this day. 6 years later, however, Spidey fans were given new hope. They were given their first installment in a new franchise starring Andrew Garfield as everyone's favourite web-slinger, promising to tell the untold story. Upon release, impressions were mixed, averaging about a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10 in some cases, and this was certainly reflected in fan reception as well. It was mixed, to say the least, really. Regardless, the movie was always going to get a sequel, and that brought us The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that movie is a lot harder to defend than its predecessor.
I got so much anger.
It received similar criticism as Spider-Man 3, and Sony gave up and scrapped the franchise again. Anybody else sensing a bit of a pattern? The Amazing Spider-Man movies are often trashed by Raimi and MCU Spidey fans alike, mostly due to the poor writing, the serious villain problem, and the franchise's inability to get a third installment. Does it really deserve the criticism though? Here are my 5 reasons as to why the Amazing Spider-Man movies are criminally underrated. Now look, I totally get the criticism for the first suit. The eyes are a bit weird, I will admit. Not entirely sure what they were going for with the whole yellow eyes. They were supposed to be sort of going for this sunglass vibe, like this real realistic vibe that he could just chuck some sunglass lens on a suit, but who has yellow sunglasses like that? Just a bit weird, isn't it? Regardless, I do think the suit is certainly gritty, a bit more realistic. That's a positive for me. The suit works with the tone of the first movie as well, as Peter's story starts out as a revenge plot. For the first part of his career as Spidey, Peter isn't a hero, and this suit illustrates that. The suit is certainly the most Spider-like of any in live action, I will give it that, with its tight fit and menacing eyes. Moving on to the sequel suit, I don't think I'm going against the crowd in saying that this is the best live-action Spidey suit to date. The designers nailed the balance of blue and red, and the massive white eyes are fantastic, and again, it reflects the tone of Peter's character. Peter is now a hero, he's not a menace anymore, and thus he adopts a more friendly costume. You can even see Andrew's eyes inside the costume through his lenses if you look really closely, which is such an awesome detail and it humanizes the character so much more. It's by far the most comic accurate suit as well, but I mean, do we really care about comic accuracy at this stage? It's the best Spider-Man suit to date, and it's not even close. Raimi's might come close, but, excuse me for getting a bit carried away. Also, web shooters, good. Shooting webs out of your wrists is disgusting.
Go! Go! Go, Web, go!
When rewatching the Raimi films, you can tell that they were held back by the technology of their time.
I'm limited by the technology of my time.
Rewatching the Amazing Spider-Man films, though, you can tell that they pulled off what the Raimi films couldn't. I'm not saying the cinematography is beautiful or anything like that. I'm saying the effects are well done, and only used when absolutely necessary. The action in these movies is so realistic, and it's due to the fact that most of it is actually real.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, I mean, except for the whole jumping off New York City skyscrapers and web slinging and everything like that. The movies feel more grounded though, and the web swinging in The Amazing Spider-Man is the best ever, period. There's no competition, guys. Just quickly, let's talk about the three main cast members of the movies and their acting talent, because man, they have some acting talent. The actors in these movies are a saving grace. Andrew Garfield put his entire being into this role, and you can tell that in his performance, that he really loves the character of Spider-Man. He really respects the character, and he wanted to give his best performance, and he does.
Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. You stay with me. Gwen. Gwen! Oh, please, please.
Emma Stone is great as Gwen Stacy, and some of her scenes with Peter are just brilliant.
Did you get expelled?
No, I didn't get expelled. I got community service. So, you want to, I don't know.
Want what?
I don't know. Just, I don't know, we could, or we could do something else, or we could, if you don't, I mean, like, we could,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, either one.
Really?
Sure.
Additionally, Sally Field's Aunt May is personally my favourite iteration of Aunt May, and her performance in the second film is fantastic.
You're my boy. As far as I'm concerned, you're my boy. And I won't hurt you.
I'm your boy. You're my everything. You're enough. No!
Peter, the final starts at 9, honey. And you said you would take my car into the shop because it keeps dying. Remember?
Give me a second, I'm gonna get the door. Just give me a second.
Peter, please just let me in, all right?
I'm
But you
trying
said
to
the final
get.
was at 9, and you're
Yes,
gonna take
just
my
give me
car
up.
into the
No,
shop because it keeps
no, you
dying.
can't come in. Stay
Please,
outside. I'm so
please.
naked. It's just.
Peter, for goodness sake, you said you're gonna take my car into the shop because it... Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm very naked right now.
What happened to your face? It's filthy.
It is?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I was cleaning the chimney.
we have no chimney.
What?
It's no coincidence that Andrew has been nominated for Best Actor, and Sally Field and Emma Stone have both won Best Actress. These three bring the star power to the movies. Unfortunately, the only thing holding them back was the writing. As I said before, Peter and Gwen and their chemistry is a highlight of these movies. From the first scene to their last, their connection is the heart of the films. The fact that Emma and Andrew were actually dating during these movies produced fantastic chemistry that really holds the film together. This is definitely the best Spider-Man love story in my opinion. Gwen is central to both stories, and while she does make some stupid decisions in the sequel that does eventually lead to her death, at least she's involved. To go back to Andrew, he looks agile. He's strong, but he's fast, and he's light on his feet. He looks as though Spider-Man should. Andrew's voice is also great. When Andrew's in the suit, he becomes this larger-than-life character. He's always making funny remarks, and he sounds like Spidey should.
Knock, knock. Mr. Criminal. Hey, my name is Spider-Man. You can call me Webhead. You can call me Amazing. Just don't call me late for dinner. You get it?
You'll fight me? You'll fight me now? On behalf of the fine people of New York City and real rhinos everywhere, I ask you to put your mechanized paws in the air.
Never! I crush so I kill you. I destroy you.
You want me to come down there so you can kill me?
Yes!
I'll be right there.
Now the shaker. You a hugger? I'm a killer. Whoa! Okay.
Something you can't deny about these movies is that the music is fantastic. James Horner's main theme in the first movie is brilliant, and Hans Zimmer creates perhaps the best superhero theme of all time, in my opinion. In my opinion. The song You're That Spider Guy. It's a song that plays at the start of and at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and my god, does it just elevate the movie more than Obi-Wan Kenobi elevates the Star Wars prequels.
Hello there.
So there you have it. There are some of the reasons why I think The Amazing Spider-Man duology is underrated. This is purely my opinion, and if you disagree with that, all the power to you. Some people like the Raimi movies and thus hate on these movies, and that's okay. Some people like Tom Holland's Spider-Man and thus hate on everything else. And you know what, that's a bit annoying, but okay, it's their power, you know? However, to all the Raimi fans that said, oh, we want something different at the end of Spider-Man 3, well, this series is something different. And if you don't like it, perhaps you never wanted anything different at all. Do you agree with anything I've said? Do you think I'm an absolute delusional moron? Let me know on Instagram at the Rewatch Pod. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Also, I co-host a weekly podcast where myself and my lovely co-host rewatch classic or current films and then decide whether they deserve a rewatch from you. You can check that out here on YouTube or on Spotify or any other place you listen to podcasts. Just search The Rewatch. That's all from me. Bye for now. Thanks for watching, and remember, reviews are relative.